Well, hi, Aries. It's September. I don't know about you, but I had the most horrible time getting through these eclipses. And maybe if these retrograde planets now start going direct, things will settle down a little bit. Now, I did want to announce my other channel, the Brothers of the Sword Productions, has a new video out about the Black Madonna mysteries. And, you know, for some reason, it is connected to the Oak Island mystery as well. And if you're interested, the link is down below in the description box. Now you have a good reading here too. It's a continuation of emotions, but it's an increase, a positive increase in emotions. That is, if you can keep things steady, keep your emotions in line. Now the rune that you received is Manes. This means man, mankind, humanity. The funny thing too, on the flip side of it, it actually directs back to me, myself, and I. And how you plug back into the conscious collective are with other people too. And this is about contracts and oaths and loyalties with other people. It also warns you too about doing negative things and how it can affect other people. It is a reminder too that whatever you do really does have a domino effect in life. Everything is connected, and there's shared fates, shared experiences that we have to make sure is pleasant for everyone involved. Now the Minchiati card that I pulled for you was Taurus. And now we have Uranus in Taurus, and the unexpected, the planet of technology, revolution, and actually revolt at the same time. Taurus is a very stubborn sign. It's a fixed sign. Oh yes, and it likes luxuries and things, but here in this reading it's saying, you know, you're going to have to make a decision between, I don't know, material things and the spiritual aspect of love. The feeling of luxury is a feeling. It's not necessarily something that is a material thing. And it reminds you too that love is joy and happiness. And a lot of times material things don't bring that. Now your first overall energy card was the Two of Cups. Cool. The minor arcana version of the Lover's card. And I thought, well, what does that mean? So I pulled another one, and it was the Ace of Cups. This is all about emotions and how you control them and where you direct them. I think through this summer, even though this Two of Cups usually indicates there's a decision coming up, I don't think you made a lot of decisions. You were in an indecision time. I think we all were, kind of spinning our wheels, feeling like we weren't going anywhere with all these planets that were retrograde. But now it is time. Plug yourself back into your emotions. Find some sentiment, sensitivity, sensuality, and This has been a searching time for many people. Now it's time to go over the horizon and start viewing, just in the near distance, what you want now in life. This now is a time for expansion. The man as Rune represents Jupiter for expansion, increase. I don't think these cards are a reset button. Maybe it's more of a redo, change of perspective, finding some limits. In the northern hemisphere, we're starting to batten down the hatches for winter. Fall's coming. And in the southern, well, spring and summer. New things are coming up, changes. It's really start to go with the ebb and flow of the tides. The cards on the left for what you know, you receive the Knight of Cups, another cup card. The Knight of Cups to me is about returning, departures, reunions. But this knight, he isn't all hyper like the other knights, the wands and the swords. He wants peace, congeniality. He wants love. But there you have the Hermit with it, and it's like, well, you have to really sit back and think. Dig deep into your soul, into yourself. What are you looking for in love? Are you being satisfied in your love relationships, in your relationships with friends and family? If you're not, maybe it's time to change things around a little bit. Like I said, set some limits. Tell people what you want and what you need. And ask them what they want and what they need. Really, it's time to find a level playing field for all of this. The Hermit always reminds you to shed some of those worthless desires that you have. Make sure what you're going towards has value. Don't let petty things distract you from what is really significant, and finding your right priorities and a balance of them. Now the cards in the center for what is or can be yours. Receive the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. All of a sudden now fire energy is, going into center stage for creativity, inspiration. The Queen's there to say, that you have to follow your desires. Intuitively, find out what you're passionate about and go for it. She does her things in her own way. She's not conforming to other people. And the Eight of Wands is an excellent card. It's a positive card. It's a card of action. All of a sudden things are just falling into place one after the other. And usually it is after a time of stagnation. And I believe I've been through it. I don't know. I think a lot of other people have been too. Like you're just spinning your wheels and you're not going anywhere. But here with the Eight of Wands, it's saying, oh yeah, unexpected. Things are going to start unfolding. And that's where the Taurus and the Uranus, all of a sudden there is going to be things coming in right and left. The Eight of Wands can bring news and messages just like the Pages can. It can help you through these hard times of making some decisions, because the Two of Cups up there is about decisions of love, where you want to direct your affections, who you want to be with in life. It's only natural if somebody in their eyes thinks you're always doing something wrong, that you're going to go find somebody that thinks everything you do is right. The Eight of Wands is reconnecting you back with things, back with yourself, most importantly. And if you're all right, then everything else is all right. Because the cards for your awareness or self-awareness, you receive the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. You have a celebration card with a card about happiness, with family and friends, work, prosperity. The Ten of Pentacles is about satisfaction. I call it the retirement card, because now you're feeling fairly smug about your future, financially and emotionally. But with the 10 card, it is saying it's an ending, a new beginning here. And you have the Two of Cups for love, and you have the Ace of Cups too for redoing your emotions, revising and reviewing. Now the Four of Wands card, as I mentioned, is a celebration card, but it's a card too about going home. Here you have the Knight of Cups back there for returning, departures, reunions, and you have the Four of Wands there too. finding that comfortable place that feels like home to you, returning to it. This is a higher ascension card, a feeling a part of the community, reveling over shared achievements. And the Manas card agrees with that too. It's an excellent rune for, like I said, plugging yourself back into the conscious collective. Now, I don't know why I went kind of wild with the future cards in September here, but you received the King of Cups, Judgment, Death, Three of Wands, World, and Ace of Pentacles. It seems like Aries gets that Ace of Pentacles often. You know, a lot of times if things are going good at work, then your love relationships suck. And it doesn't seem to ever balance out. And I think a lot of Aries are very successful in what they do. But here the King of Cups, his presence is saying you're finally getting a grip on your emotions. You're mastering yourself so you can actually extend love to people in the right way. Oh yeah, there's been a judgment time. You've judged yourself. People have judged you. The overall whole atmosphere of what's been happening over the summer had a lot of judgment involved in it. I think you're coming to the end of it, but here you've got the Death card saying you're in a transformation. Things are changing, and that's good. I think your perspective is changing in love and emotions in particular. You've done the hermit thing. You've wondered why this happened that way and why that person said this. And a lot of times, you were overreacting. There was a knee-jerk reaction that just didn't fit well with everything. But all of a sudden now things are changing for that. You can see that with the Three of Wands too. Now you're looking forward to the future. You're not anxious for it. You want to be part of it. You've looked at the horizon. You saw that what opportunities were there. And some things were changing very quickly with the Eight of Wands. And all of a sudden you have the World card there saying, yeah, you made it through the end of something. A cycle is finishing. But here now you have the Ace of Pentacles. Offering a pentacle with the promise of more. This is financial as well as well-being. Hitting down to the core of your personal well-being, along with the Ace of Cups that you have in the overall energy, along with the Two of Cups cards. What a great balance. What a great renewal time. The King just wants to remind you to keep your emotions in balance. And everything else is going to fall into place. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.